get it in. Yes, sir. This tall motherfucker.
Listen, faggot. First of all, Pumpkinhead is a gay-ass name.
You are about to get your ass whipped.
Little Matt. Little Matt.
Hey, yo. This nigga's a midget.
I said I ain't gonna rap about his background or origin.
Summer Madness 2. It almost feels like I signed up for a death wish.
We ain't even the same team. I guess that's why this feeling kinda off.
You know, I was watching Loaded Lux vs. Calico, right?
Yo, so since the color white was invented...
Check me out, check me out. Now, people that don't like URL have really been showing love for Rome.
Can y'all hear me or what?
Listen, talk on a murder spree. Say, yo, I came here to break dinner with niggas. Since that shit I said against Marvin Thesaurus, y'all gave me a bad name.
He sparked the Thule. He grabbed the M16, let off the Uzi. Shit, on Call of Duty.
I would say a good 60% of the major players as MCs and as organizers of the original Grind Time era, it was all from there, directly from the WRCs. You know, like literally, like if you look at I have a picture from all the most valuable rapper nominees, because there's 8 divisions. There's 8 different divisions. There's Toronto, Australia, England, New York, Atlanta, Cali.
Philippines.
And, yeah, NWRCs. It was like pretty much the whole. I can't remember the other 2 divisions, but it was 8 divisions. And if you look, they selected 3 rappers from each division to be the most valuable rapper nominees, and amongst those is Hollow the Don, Disaster, Drect, Mad Illz, myself, Lush One, like all the people that were literally the foundation of Grind Time. You know, Thesaurus in its early days, all these guys. So and then after the WRCs, it was like, okay, we had this amazing event. It brought the entire world together. It brought a lot of new interest to battle rap. It had corporate sponsorship and the whole 9. And then boom, it's kind of like gone. And the company that had thrown it was a British company called Jump Off, and they were focusing on other stuff already. They were hollering, yeah, there's going to be a WRC 08, blah, 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 but there was never any information given. So at that point, it was like, what the fuck is going on? What do we do?
Started Grind Time February 2008, basically because I wanted to be a battle rapper my whole life, and I finally got a chance to go in the Jump Off. They cheated, and shout out to Poison Pen's Mistaken Judgments, and they didn't come back for a while, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I finally got in some type of competition, and it's done, and there's nothing to do. And I had established, like, over the past, probably from like 05 to 08, I established an ill network of people that was either battle rapping or new battle rappers.
I think that Grind Time now is responsible for the reemergence of battle rap. You had Smack, you had Fight Club, you had Scribble Jam, all the different types of tournaments that were going on, the brainstorm battles, you know, as well as all the different types of events that were happening in New York and all over the world. There was a period in time where, like, right where Scribble Jam started was kind of like where Jump Off did some bad business and they lost their respect. They didn't come back to America. You had a period of time where the Freestyle Friday was even off of BET, and Fight Club wasn't on MTV anymore. You did have the Smack DVDs that were going on, but it wasn't like a league. And then all of a sudden you just had Grind Time pop up.
It's a few defining factors. You know, you can go back to the events that were done in New York, from the bragging rights which was late 90s, which morphed into, not morphed into, but influenced the Hook.com, the Cypher battles from the early 2000s. And then, which in turn ushered in, well, 106 and Park and all that crap, I really don't count, but in turn ushered in Fight Club. And at the same time, you know, Smack DVD was doing their thing. But all of that fell by the wayside. I would say around the mid-2000s, all those pretty much ceased doing what they were doing. And then there was a league in Canada, the Elements League. They were small, but they had an interesting format. And then we go to WRCs, which was a 2-on-2 freestyle. 2-on-2 freestyle tournament that was brought over here from the UK. And then from a lot of those dudes, you know, when there was a lot of downtime, a young chap from Florida linked up with another chap from Florida, and they had threw some ideas together, and then pretty much morphed into what Grind Time, what became Grind Time Now, or whatever have you. And then from Grind Time Now, pretty much what you see now in battle rap, the majority of that shit started from Grind Time.
And then it was at that time Drect had the idea and conceptualized Grind Time, and now we started getting MySpace messages. I got a MySpace message from Drect, and it was like, yeah, exactly. This is how you know how fucking ancient this shit is, right? Like, yeah, exactly. And around, you know, early 08, got a MySpace message from Drect, and he's like, yo, man, I'm starting my own battle league. It's gonna be really cool. I got a camera and everything. Like, it's gonna be high-speed internet. Like, watch out. And it's based in Florida, by the way. And I was like, oh man, I'm fucking smooth. You feel me? Like, that did not sound interesting in the slightest. I thought there's no way this fucking lame little toy idea is gonna take off. I like you, Drect, but this shit is not gonna work. There's no fucking way. So I kind of just brushed it off. And then for me, what inspired me, and I'm gonna keep it 500 right now. Like, the real reason why I initially got involved was when I saw the Johnny Storm versus Maj Gelton battle get released, and within 12 hours was on World Star Hip Hop, and then within 24 hours had amassed 40,000 views. And I was like, what? And I know right for now, today's standards, due to what we've done to help elevate the entire format, that ain't shit. 40,000 views is nada. But back then, like, that was like, whoa, you feel me? That was so, and YouTube wasn't even that popping back then, really. That was one of, like, YouTube early days, really, you know. Like, I think YouTube even started in 2005 or 6, so that was only like 2 years into YouTube's inception.
Grind Time came along. It was kind of perfect because the biggest hip hop website that's out right now, everybody knows about it, is World Star Hip Hop. Because of its ignorance, like, there are people that don't even know what World Star Hip Hop is, but they do just because of, like, fights, or you hear people say World Star or whatever like that. And that site was catching on very quick. And when we had our battles played on World Star Hip Hop, we contacted them to give them more content, and they were putting up anything that we just gave them. So that was really cool. That blew us up. And then after Grind Time was blowing up, and we added the New York and the California divisions, that's when you started to see, like, okay, this is a movement again. This is cool again.
I'm like, these guys are blowing up, and enough respect to them, but I know a lot of spitters in Cali that I know can hang with these motherfuckers. I know they can. So I was like, yo, I kind of want to get my own thing jumping off. And around that time, Matt Illz was throwing the Scribble Jam prelims in Orlando, and we, Delmont crew, were organizing and hosting the Scribble Jam prelims in Cali. And I had a good relationship with Matt Illz and Drect, you know, I had a lot of respect for it. And Illz invited me, I don't remember if it was Illz or Drect, or it was both of them, invited me, because Illz hit me up for Delmont to perform at the event in Florida. So we're like, yeah, hell yeah, we're gonna go to that. And he was like, well, while you're out here, do you want to battle too? And I was like, for what? Like, battle? He's like, for Grind Time. I was like, man, fuck Grind Time, hell no. He's like, you know, battle this dude with unorthodox phrases. And I was like, and then I thought about it, and then when that footage came out, I was like, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna take the battle. Because I started talking to the other homies in Cali. I was like, yo, we should do battles out here, but no one was really feeling it. No one really had the greater vision, you know? And it's crazy how I went out there and I did my thing, and like, you know, it was a dope battle, whatever. And then they announced that I was gonna be the head of the West Coast division, because I told Matt Illz and Drect, I was like, yo, I want to start what's up with a West Coast chapter, you know? And they've been talking to Jay's Juice about starting a New York chapter, like simultaneously, basically. Me and Jay's, being the wops that we are, we're on the same wavelength, and we're hit up those dudes at the same time. And they were like, well, yeah, we'll have to talk about it. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna let y'all know, like, if you guys don't do it with us, we're gonna start our own fucking battle league. And then I get a call like a few days later from Drect. He's all like happy and shit. He's like, yo, man, I want to let you know we decided we're going to give you the division. You're going to be the president of Grind Time West. And I was like, oh, gee, thanks, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did it, it was war. But like,
we didn't realize what we had when we began, but I believe that's where like battle rap came back. The modern version of what battle rap is today, the written format and the leagues with the websites and the big events and stuff like that, like all of that came from where Grind Time picked off. Grind Time picked up where a league like Jump Off had the right idea, they just didn't go about it the right way, you know, and Grind Time kind of evolved off of that, but it made everybody want to be a part of it. You know, so after that, that's when you had King of the Dot. That's when Smack changed the name to URL. That's when you had, you know, Don't Flop and all of, like, those guys came after that. And it's great that they were able to take, you know, what it is that we had created and they made it better. Like, that's how hip hop evolves. Like, you take this format, you're able to do something better with it, or someone else has another idea, and it just keeps on evolving. And now you have your super mega events where you go to, like, you know, in the Philippines, you know, I seen the Disaster versus Looney, and these guys are in like the stadium, there's orchestras playing, and like never did any of us think, and I'm sure even Disaster, like back in the day, never thought that there'd be a day where like he'd be standing face to face battling cannabis.
About the middle of 2009, 2010 was like real important for battle rap, you know, because Grind Time was maybe at its peak. Like the West Coast division was going crazy. You also had us in New York, you had the Florida divisions, and I think Grind Time was just at its peak at that time. But at the same time, Lions Den had a big movement, and the World War had a big movement. And Lions Den and St. Louis went to battle, and it came out in New York. And you know, they're responsible. Lush is really responsible for Head Ice, Goods, Arsenal, you know, Rich Dollars, Charlie Clips, Tay Rock, you know, and you know, they was really like the stamp, like the void that Smack had left, Lions Den kind of filled that stamp. But at the same time, you still had Grind Time as a movement just growing.
Looking at it, alright, let me be serious here. Responsible for the Reemergence, I think it's a collective group of people for as far as Grind Time, Smack, KOTD. You can even say WRC, like everything keeps it going because you need the gumbars, you need the nerds, you need the jokes, you need everything, keeps it spicy, you know what I mean? So we're all responsible, from, you know, the people who shoot it to like Avocado, Twiz, to Smack and Drect and people that help put it together, and to the artists like me. We're all responsible. We all need each other. You know, I mean, it could probably be done, but not as good without each other. So, that's just my point.
I gotta say that Grind Time is probably most responsible for bringing battle rap to the largest audience. The amount of work they put in, going from, you know, just being Florida based to the other side of the country, and expanding upon that, and opening new divisions and making it available for battle rappers all over the country to go everywhere and promote the name and get the name out. So I gotta say that was the most influential in my mind, because that was some of the first battle rap I ever saw. Those were the first classic battles that I watched where I was truly entertained, you know, is that written format. So I gotta give that to Grind Time.
really, before Smack got real popping now, Grind Time was the battles that I could watch. They had so many battles coming out. So they were who I really give props to for bringing battle rap back, especially on the West Coast where I was living at the time, in Cali.
There's already corporate sponsorship getting involved in this movement right here. I think that we're gonna spawn more and greater battle rappers. I mean, people, you know, these kids gonna come out. A little 10-year-old right now is developing his own style. He's watching me. He's watching you on YouTube right now. 8 o'clock in the morning, he ain't watching cartoons. He's watching that, and he's gonna turn this into. He's gonna be a monster. As far as the leagues itself, corporate sponsorship, I think people are going to start having deals. I think there are going to be bona fide deals for battle rappers. You can't participate in certain leagues. You have to wear this. You know what I mean? I mean, it's going to be a phenomenon, a global influence, if you will. Yeah.
Battle rap has gotten commercialized. Or it's on the road to being commercialized, and depending on who's in charge of what, it can be either for the greater good or the terrible bad.
We go into a level of pop culture because they're starting to get hit to it, but they've already been hit to it. When you have people like Meek Mills trying to call out DNA and Busta Rhymes, you know, saying that he would battle Loaded Lux, we've gotten to a point where now artists want to be involved, you know, and I think we're on our way up. It's just a matter of having us involved in whatever plan the mainstream is trying to have, because normally when battle rap ends up in the mainstream hands without actual people with battle rap experience, it usually dies out, and we're trying to keep that from happening. So
honestly, ain't no telling. I really would like it to go to the next level, maybe television, people's households. You know, that's just what I'm hoping, but you never know in the future. It's just the people whose hands it's in right now. Got to be more innovative. We got to start, you know, stepping it up so it can go somewhere in the future instead of going downhill. So, you know, I'm not going to read no palms, be no psychic. Whatever it be, it's going to be. And, you know, let it be that. But I hope it goes to the top as far as it can go possibly.
I mean, dudes is getting bread. Like, you see what's happening. Mainstream dudes is trying to get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? It's like Moose said in his battle, like he know mainstream artists that don't get 20 stacks to perform, you know what I'm saying? And dude, he got 20 stacks for like, what was that, like a half an hour out of his life? That's $20,000 right there, yo. That's
in the future, this shit could be bigger than ever, you know what I mean? Like, ain't no limitations on this shit, you know what I mean? It's just, if motherfuckers gonna water this shit down, you know what I mean? Cause this shit getting in the TV and all that now, you know what I mean? That's a real great look. But you don't know that shit could water this shit down, like, but I think if it do turn for the best, it could be bigger than ever, like, you know what I mean? Fact.
As far as the future for battle rap and where I believe it's going, I believe that the bigger companies that are out there, the URLs, the King of the Dots, I believe they're in a perfect position to evolve battle rap into its next phase, which I believe is going to be network deals, which is going to spawn reality shows. And this is where I think that some people might sell themselves short.
Where I think battling is going in the future, and when I say battling, I mean I encompass, you know, freestyling, even though a lot of people think it died out, which to an extent it did, but I came from that era, so I still, you know, I still look for it and shit like that. But battling as a whole, I think it's 2013 now, the end of the year. I truly think battling probably be done in the next 2 years, maybe. By 2015, I think it'll be over. I see too many trend hopping motherfuckers, like TV related and like I don't know. When I start seeing it in movies that are like fucking super duper, like white movies, like then I know that it's time that it's like run its course. You know what I'm saying? Like when they start going for shizzle and all the shit in movies, that's when you know things are over.
I don't know. If niggas keep running from opponents and acting like bitches, and this shit gonna get whacked real quick. It's gonna die. Now, if niggas keep doing the same shit as they hear other niggas doing, like to slow it down, one nigga do it, slow it down. Now you got 30 battle rappers doing slow it down. It's like the shit's gonna get whacked. Cause in a minute, it's like nobody gonna have nothing new to look forward to. You know what I mean? If we start getting some new innovative blood out there, and niggas come with that killer instinct and start killing, then this shit could be here another 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how we do it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do slow it downs or say them again, because I don't want to fall into that circle. I want to be as wide expanded as possible. You know what I mean? I want to be able to reach wherever I can go. That's why I don't battle in just one league. That's why I went to the Philippines. I went to the Philippines and made the papers out there, my nigga. Made the motherfucking papers in the Philippines, B. Feel me? This shit is real. It's bigger than us now. We just gotta act accordingly. We gotta follow through accordingly.
Where do I think battle rap culture is going? It really, the fact that it's even got to the place where it's at is mind-blowing to me. But honestly, to answer your question, I don't think it's going nowhere as far as it's not going to ever disappear now. What we've done have solidified it now. It might not get any more commercially successful than it already has. We have Smack URL co-hosting on BET now. We have Conceited, one of the original dope rappers from Grind Time and URL, just one of the illest of this format, is now on a fucking MTV show as a result of this. There's been a lot, people have reached high plateaus, and the culture is now accepted on a wide level, and battle rap is now a part of hip hop that cannot be denied. And I think that's where it's going to continue to be. It's hopefully, where is it going? Nowhere, except for continuing to grow with hip hop culture.
I mean, I think in the future, the sky's the limit for battle rap, man. I mean, if you asked somebody 5 years ago if we thought it would get to this level, they couldn't tell you yes, because nobody knew. So I mean, if we got to this far where it could be 2,500 people packed out at a venue, every celebrity in the book that there is talking about it, endorsing it, sponsoring it, showing up the events. It's on national television now. Like, you know what I mean? Who's to say we won't be at the Garden, at the Barclays Center, the MGM, pay-per-view? You know what I mean? This could really turn into, you know what I mean, its own industry.
There you go.
So we already did that. It's one round.
I know, but let's figure it out before we both fucking fair.
You heard the mic sound.
So let's say, okay.
How about like 2 minute cap?
Listen, I'll keep the time. Listen. I'll keep the time.
This song is only 4 minutes. The song is 4 minutes. So
yo, you can run it back?
You want me to bring it back?
Nah, like after he finished, because I don't want like the beat to run out.
Bring it back after the first MC spit, you know what I mean?
So I got
Check. Poison pen. Check 1, 2. This is good. Check 1, 2.
Can't strap, can't gain off of bang hats. 20 wing raps, the level with these lames at. Cold breeze, old trees, and rain black. They all slack at the nerve to wanna call smack. Say fuck URL, but he don't call back. They all whack, just a bunch of fucking wannabes. Sweet like some honeybees, he ain't bum in front of me. God forbid too, they can't handle one of me.
You pussy niggas is gay. Always spit it in a feminine way. Get popped like a dog chain. Guess I'm sending them straight. Fucking rhymes and that shit that you say. Your flow is cursed like a bad word. Worse every sentence you say. My left foot, rockin' cinnamon J. Think you hot every morning. Silicone at the end of the day. I keep my ambitious, eat my fishes. I'm a shark that can still wash you up like some clean white dishes. I go in, make grown men scream like bitches. Got flaws, can't see my glitches. Why you sound lame? Man, cause you can't shine, still living without fame.
Never really did that, honestly. Like, I treat everybody, well, let me not get the line, because I don't treat everybody the same. There's one or two I felt like, I know I could beat him. But people think he's nice and they put him on that level, so I take him anyway. But, I don't know. My toughest opponent is A-Bird, though.
The two most important battles for me that I really prepared hard and long for, maybe not even the best for, but that I really took serious is two, because I was going to do one, but it's two to stick out to me. It's my Soul Khan battle, because like going against Soul Khan with the buzz and the brand he was pushing versus what we were pushing, it was complete opposites. It was Soul Khan that was speaking about how, you know, Sons is an artificial fabricated coup, talking about gun busting and this, and we don't live that life, versus a guy that's, you know, more realistic, jokey. So it's like it was a real clash of styles. So like when I wrote for him, I thought it was my best shit, even though I didn't pinpoint it for like his past and his career, even though it was just more because he was a Jew, knows all of that shit. Like I really put a lot of effort into that. Like I wrote, man, I studied that shit. Like there was no way I was forgetting lines for that, because I forgetting lines in my battle. I've become ill prepared, but there was no way in fuck against Soul Khan in front of that crowd I was coming ill prepared. The other battle that really sticks out to me is when I battled AB Hoggish. This got about 130,000 views on Grind Time or whatever. This is the day I battled Disaster and Cadillac Ron the same day, but that shit didn't matter, because the Cadillac Ron battle and the Disaster battle, I prepared for those, but it wasn't as much as for this AB Hoggish character, because AB Hoggish is actually my first baby's mom's brother. So he had a lot of history and past on me. So to let a person who I know got bars and know a lot about my personal life get on stage and kill me, that was the last thing I was going to do. So as far as performance and preparation and bars, there's no bars better than the AB Hoggish battle when I spit that shit 3 rounds on stage. Like, that shit was heartfelt, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all truth in the battle from both angles, you know what I'm saying? You compare and contrast, and that's just one of my greatest battles. That's the battle that I sit down and watch with my family, or where if a fan say or anybody say, man, put your favorite battle on. That's the one I'm going to put on, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's the, we can start with, you know what I'm saying? So if we had to put a battle on and watch it with my family or you know what I'm saying, fans or any of my partners, it would be the AB Hoggish battle. When people run up on me and they give me they notarize me for like shit I've done, it's always the AB Hoggish battle. It's always the Soul Khan battle. And these are just two battles that I really, really prepped for, you know what I'm saying? But definitely a major issue. And you know, the thing about the AB Hoggish battle is that me and him fought. You know what I'm saying? We fought before the battle. So who battles after you fight? I don't know. But you feel me, since that was little baby bro, you know what I'm saying, I definitely wanted to give him the shot to show what he had verbally, since we seen what he had physically. And he got a little choked up, you know what I'm saying, he got a little choked up, but we ain't gonna get too far into that, you feel what I'm saying to you? But
I mean, there's a lot of opponents I focused on. I would mainly say, when I finally figured I got my shot and I really focused, was probably Head Ice. Like, I was coming off the conceded battle, I was coming off the Soul Khan battle, the Real Deal battle, so I was trying to get some good names, but we were all in the same tier. But Head Ice at the time was the hottest battle rapper out. He was the top dog. There was no more than Head Ice. And I just knew that if I could show my ass with that nigga, like, you know what I mean, shit could change.
Strange. I definitely took time writing for Strange. I took a good amount of time writing for Bender, but it wasn't as pressured or stressed because I had more time to do it. You know what I mean? So Strange was kind of like, I think it was 15, 20 days notice, and we did 2-minute rounds. And I really broke my ass off of that dude. Yeah, so Strange.
Fucking the John, that shit I knew, I had the wig on that shit. And Harless battle. See, Harless, he came over that body with Calico and Young Ken and shit. He was snapping, and he stopped battling for 2 years. So my mindset, I'm like, yo, this boy is gonna try to wig on me right now. Like, so I went hard for that battle. Like, I think like on my performance wise, my first and my third round, those are probably the best rounds I did type shit. Like, but yeah, I had to be on 100 on that shit, and I had slipped in it too. I forgot my shit had started freestyling and all that. So yeah, I wound up edging that shit. But yeah, those are two battles that I really like. You know what I mean? I was on 10 for, you know what I mean? Fact.
Renegade and Juice, my first two battles, because that was when I was like real fresh into it, and it was, I had I got something to prove feel. So I did all my research, and I knew names, I knew places, I knew people, I knew things. So all that personal value was like, it just you know what I'm saying, that was the most preparation I did as far as doing battles, and I took that real serious, to be honest. Like, I really did my homework, man. I spend days researching sometimes. Like, people don't like the research, but, you know what I'm saying, what's a battle without a personal?
The battle I had to prepare for the most, I always over prepare for every battle, even though it's like Louis C.K. He makes it look effortless, but everything is so gone over like 100 times. But just some people you're not that motivated to write for, even though you took the battle maybe to go somewhere for the trip, or you know, you just felt like, hey, I need a battle or some shit. But SoulCon, I really felt like, yo, this dude is something special in the battle world. I really mean that. I think he's fucking dope. I dare say I was probably more popular than him at the time, but none of that even matters. But I knew that he was gonna be one of the highest viewed battlers of all time because of his skill. His skill transcends just like a regular battle crowd. It's kind of like mine, or like Dumbfounded's, or you know, somebody else that does comedy / bars. Like it goes beyond battling. And with him, I spent so much time fucking writing, and I wrote some of my illest shit, in my opinion, and I didn't even get a whole round off. And it sucks because I could never reuse any of that round because it totally caters to him, and it was dope. Maybe one day I'll put the lyrics online or some shit, but he killed it, that battle. He won without a doubt. I'll never not admit that shit. But he was like the person I wrote for the hardest. And I really fucked myself because I did that 2-on-2 competition, which we won, but I shouldn't have done that and just focused strictly on a 1-on-1 battle, which are the most important, obviously. And I fucked it up, and he won, and I do like my first and third round, though.
Have to be me versus Calico.
Terranio, even your rap name is a stupid one. A Calico's a firearm, and you don't even know how to use a gun. Well, how about I show him? Does he want to see me from the shoulders? Hell no, this faggot vibe, but if he try, you'll be taking this elbow. You at risk. My hand shake when I shoot a palm. No prints, just tips. Now that's how you use an arm.
Battle of the Bay 5, I think it was. Maybe it was Battle of the Bay 4, possibly. I'm not sure about that. But it was in Oakland, California, right down the street from my home. And man, got it popping. Never had so much fan love and crowd reaction. I felt so comfortable. I've never not been nervous at all before a battle. I've been to that point. Like, that was the first battle. I was just, my first 3 bars, the crowd's going crazy throughout the whole battle. And it was just crazy. Like, hearing people from Detroit, like, yo, I'm from Detroit, and I think you know, body that nigga. Like, that's like a good feeling, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to say just because I was at home, but it was like my best bars. I was prepared. I didn't overestimate his potential, but I just practiced as if he was the best battle rapper in the world, because I knew that this was my time. Like, it's a smack rapper coming to the West Coast. This is my chance to, you know, to show myself that I can battle those dudes too. You know what I mean?
Man, I had a lot of tough opponents, man. I can't even say, like, one is tougher than the other. It's like, I battled Thesaurus, Disaster, you know, who else I battled? I mean, you know, and not even to match the tiers, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys like Dirt, Arcane, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Skelly. They were doing what they were doing in their brackets, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were killing motherfuckers and on the come up and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I battled dudes like that. So, like, but the toughest, I would have to say, man, the toughest would have been Disaster, in my opinion. Only because it was my first battle back after 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to get used to, like, yo, would they like this? Like, writing shit down and overanalyzing it. Like, I don't know what these people like nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So that was tough in essence that, you know, I was shaking the rust off and trying to write, you know, properly to entertain y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it 100. My music is better than yours. My status in the game, way more developed than yours. So you could allegedly try to discredit me, but for everything it's worth, I'm what you'll never be. So all those disses that you cleverly webbed and weaved, essentially it lessens the sting, because you secretly respected me. He's a Lebanese MC. He a Lebanese MC. 3/4 of sword for Arab bitch. You should be wearing 3/4 of cloth in here. I took over I took over the NY president position, because I'm a veteran dedicated to veteran my division. For Jay's Juice, it was just another pot to piss in. And I know you probably collab with him to come up with disses, but I'm more vicious, a predictive vision depicted in hieroglyphics to end the tyranny of a Phoenician princess. Yo, real deal. This fool's not a real deal. He more like a Happy Meal, a baby seal versus a Navy SEAL. Let's go.
My toughest opponent to write for probably was it's a toss-up, honestly. I have Dirt and Uno Lavos. Dirt because that was gonna be him and our introduction into the battle rap mainstream. It was our coming out party. You know what I mean? Pause. That was very difficult. Plus, he's a great talent in his own right. Shouts to Dirt. Uno Lavos was a tougher opponent for me to write too, because I was battling him for money. I ain't never battled for money before. And I was gonna take the road traveled a lot. I was in New York. I knew what kind of crowd I was gonna have in New York, so I was gonna go on that hood shit. And I did it. I did it, whether you liked it or not. I did my thing on that battle. Shouts to Uno Lavos too.
My toughest opponent overall that I think I had is Disaster. Definitely, because you know what I mean, he could freestyle on the same level as I could. You know what I mean, his lyrics was on the same level as mine, and I just think it was a perfect match. So I definitely took that one serious. Plus, it was a grudge, so I was angry. Like, I have to win. You know what I mean? I have to kill him. So I definitely went hard for that battle.
Probably Caveman Brown. Caveman Brown took a while to write because, I mean, his style is so aggressive, and I knew I was going out of town to hostile territory, and I went into that battle not expecting to win, but I took a lot of time, you know, to try to make every scheme dope and every joke funny, and you know, to give that great performance, because I just felt like if I went all the way to Atlanta and wasn't able to perform, it would drag my whole team down. But it ended up being probably, I spent a full month on that battle just writing it, just to get it ready. And yeah, that was tough. Uno Lavos, I spent a week on. I spent 5 days on that battle. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time on that at all as far as prepping it and writing it. But yeah, Caveman Brown, I really, really tried hard to write something good. But that was probably the hardest one.
Yeah. Yo, we're shaking on your side of town, man. Knows the kid. From the block. What they talking about?
I'm saying they say that because the era that came before us, I'm saying they had their shot. Guess they really ain't reveal how they were supposed to, so now they look at us like we can't make music, but it's not all battle rappers can make music. I respect the opinion on that, but there's actually some out there that can make genuine music. You know what I mean? There's a lot out there, so they saying that you can't make music, that's just more motivation for me. You know what I mean? Make a banger. Right.
People say that battle rappers or just the battle rap community in general is whack at making music. My response is rappers are whack at making music. Period. And if you look at 90%, 99.9% of the fools attempting, especially in the internet era where anybody with fuck Pro Tools, all you need is a 4-track app for your iPhone and you're an MC all of a sudden. Fools are whack as fuck. So I don't think that there's a greater proclivity for battle rappers to be not good at making music than any other type of MC on the fucking planet. It just so happens. The one, I think, drawback is a lot of battle rappers tend to put so much of their energy and passion into battling that they're not able to put as much of that focus in the booth, and it is a very different skill set. But it's
as far as battle rappers not being able to make music, I think a lot of rappers can't make music. You know what I'm saying? People in general cannot make music. You know what I'm saying? Like, battle rap is such a small niche market. Of course, the majority of them are going to be able to make music. You're in a place now in battle rap where you can be known and you can get gigs, get thousands of dollars, and not have to make music. You know what I'm saying? So that's like saying, hey, a baseball player can't make music. Well, guess what? Battle rapping has nothing to do with making music. It just so happens that there are some rappers who battle. You see what I'm saying? Take Conceited, for example. Yeah, he was doing a couple of things when he first started, but the dude doesn't make music, and he doesn't want to. Every time we spoke about doing something that had to deal with marketing or whatever, like, he wanted to battle. He wanted to battle, and then he wanted to get into hosting. Now look, he's on Wildin' Out. He's getting paid to go places to... Like, he came out here, right, for an event, and he didn't just come out here for the event when he battled Johnny Storm. He came out here, he was booked at the biggest club here, which is Club Vane. He was booked to co-host. He went down to Miami, did some stuff. Like, that is what a battle rapper should be doing. They should be taking advantage of the attention that they're getting, and they should be finding other bookings like co-hosting jobs and stuff like that. Not necessarily having to try to make music, because guess what? Like, you know, a lot of people big them up, and there are a lot of yes men out there, and they try to jump over and say, yeah, I could do music too, or because of that whole like battle rappers can't make music thing. Well, guess what? Like, back in the day, you couldn't find a guy that was just battle rapping and not making music. Everybody was battle rapping as a way to put themselves on to be heard so you could hear the music. It's not like that anymore.
It's true for the most part. I mean, these guys are so fucking good a cappella. You know, I can't even blame them for jumping on the beat and sounding bland or offbeat, or can't produce a solid ass hit. You know what I mean? Especially like a Billboard chart hit. But at the same time, there's so many walking contradictions to that make good music that's out here, you know what I mean? Like, that battle and stuff. So it's a stigma that's put on us, but at the same time, you don't have to fall into that category, you know what I mean? Because a lot of us that do battle rap, they're just like me, you know what I'm saying? We do music, and then we were adapted to the battle rap. So adapting to the music is kind of like, we don't have to do that. That's first nature. It's more like adapting to this battle rap world. So there's definitely people out here that make good music, you know what I'm saying? I would name drop a couple people, but I ain't really been on my shit as far as listening to the music and the albums and shit. But there's definitely battle rappers that make good music. So we're not all in the same category. And then Cassidy was the first one to put it on the map for us, you feel me? Because he was the best battle rapper alive to me. That's where I got a lot of my inspiration from. So he showed you that's not necessarily the case every time. Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying? Another cat, street battle rapper, hood to hood, battling anybody, freestyle off the noodle written. It don't really matter, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to get stuck in the battle rapper category if you could do the music, you know what I'm saying? But it is a 9 times out of 10 situation. Nine battle rappers out of 10 cannot make a track, so it's fairly accurate.
I think, first of all, this is a storyline to what I believe. I believe battle rappers can't make music started because nobody got off 106 and had a successful music career. Now, if you look at Poster Boy, he got off 106, everybody wanted to sign him. He dropped Jurassic Harlem. I loved it. I guess New York loved it. I wasn't in New York, but like, the record was fire. Jurassic Park sample and all that. Then he just disappeared and nobody knew what happened to him. Pop up years later, he got testicular cancer. So that was like, you know, I guess it was unfair that they used that on him. I guess the next biggest champion was Jin, and I can't front. Jin had one mixtape called 100 Grand Jin, and I thought he had mad potential. I liked that mixtape, but Rough Riders, Wyclef had him doing a Chinese thing, and I don't think it was to learn Chinese. Then it wasn't what did it. It was the second song he dropped was called Senorita. It was like I'm gonna sing Senorita with flowers in her hair. That shit was hot. Mosquito-ridden trash. Nah, that was whack. So when Jin kind of fell into obscurity and dipped off, and no one knew what he was doing in China, it was kind of like, yo, battle rappers really can't make music. But
there's a very few battle rappers that could make good music, at least that I've heard. You know what I mean? There's a handful that I listen to myself. Like, shout out to my man Marv One. Marv One is one of my favorite battle rappers that do music. His music be crazy. You know what I mean? So it's just a handful of rappers that actually make, battle rappers that actually make good music.
So they say battle rappers can't make music. To an extent, they're semi-right. I don't believe in myself not being able to make music because I did music before battle rap and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I think Critical Madness music is dope as shit. That's a biased opinion, but eat a dick because I made it and I love it. People like, I'm not gonna say that. People that got a break through battling, a couple of them, and then they put the music out and the spotlight was on them and they kind of like were given the reins to represent like battling in a musical aspect. A couple of them fucking dropped the ball. And I think the stigma comes from that, but realistically, it's not even a battle rap thing. It's 90% of fucking people trying to rap can't make music. So who's to say like that battle rapper can't make music? Guess what? This fucking schmuck on my block can't make music either, but he tells everyone he's a fucking rapper and he sucks dick.
I told y'all from the beginning, there could be only one. One time, one line, one chance. These bums can't spar with Neo, I'm too advanced. Slam dance the track, punch the mic around. It's going down, not now, but right now. These clowns better duck, run and hide. Jus One is back with that underground funk for you to bump in your ride. This is stadium music, certified in your face. Get the fuck up, head nod and break your neck to it. They used to say it's nothing to it but to do it. I'm known across the country, what y'all think I've been doing?